Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a new episode of Transcending the Culture. I am one half of the duo, one half of the dynamic duo, James. I got my girl, Cat Queen, here. We are wrapping some things up, but getting into the show, we are glad that you guys are here. Listen, when I tell you that today is like, I'm gonna say one of the biggest shows of the last 105 that that we have done, and we've had some really amazing people here on the show. But it's really interesting how things happen. Cat Queen and I, we went to a show a little bit over a month ago for Eric Roberson. Now, Eric Roberson, we've had him on the platform before. He's had some things going on with prior releases. He had done some stuff with Raheem Devine and a couple other cats, and had some good music out here. And of course, we promoted that here on the podcast network and throughout UG Digital. But we had a chance to go and catch a show. Amazing weekend that was for us. Number one, because we had neither of us had been to the Music Box Supper Club, I think is the name of the place. But
And we're always next door, so
we're
it's not
always
like
downstairs
yeah.
at the comedy club, but never been to the Music Box. So that was number one. Got in there. We was running late as we do. So listen, we ran in, got the tickets. Eric Roberson was on the stage. Like when I tell you, first of all, y'all already know how I am with live shows. So like I love a live intimate setting where the artist can actually do their thing and they can interact with the audience, and whether that's just singing to them, telling jokes, commentary in between. It was just an amazing time. But to be able to see him live, like sometimes it just does something different from you for you when you see somebody live versus listening to the album or listening to the stream and all that kind of stuff. So it was like an amazing show. But then the surprise that we got out of it was none other than Jayshawn Champion. Now, if most definitely, if you are here in the city of Cleveland,
Woo!
you know who he is. You already know who he is. But listen, honestly, if you anywhere in the world, you know who this guy is because he is not a newcomer. Like he ain't no half stepper. He has been out here in this industry to the point that I have always wanted to connect with him and meet him. I think more so just because I love the industry and I love music, and I come from a family of music. So I've always followed R&B, of course, hip hop and that sort of thing. But the R&B singers, like I've always followed them. I've always followed you, just people from here in the city of Cleveland. So being able to actually connect with him was like a huge thing. We went to the same high school. We came out at different times, but we went to the same high school. So I know people who knew him. And when I saw him, I'm very intentional. I'm very up front and forward. So I'll step to somebody like, hey, listen, I've been trying to meet you. And that's exactly what I did. And the interaction was probably like one of the best interactions for anybody in the industry that I've ever had. So it was like, listen, we publish a magazine, we do a podcast, we got the network, we want to get you on, we want to get you on the cover of the magazine. And it was all a go, like from the very beginning. So here we are today. We have the amazing, the incomparable Jayshawn Champion in the building, and we're going to pull him up in just a second. Just a couple of announcements, just like we do every time we do the show. There's a lot going on with the network. We have several platforms that are going to be launching, starting with 90s Baby, which is going to be, really chronicling and looking back at a lot of the amazing music of the 90s era, kind of my era, kind of a lot of people's era if you listen to a lot of today's music and listen to what people are sampling. So that is going to be launching. We have Soap Dish launching, which is a television recap show, if I can put it at its simplest. But we're definitely going to focus a little bit on some of the shows that are out here. So like one of the big shows and the big craze right now is Beyond the Gates, which has Clifton Davis and now Jasmine Burke is in there. I don't know if a lot of you guys will remember Jasmine Burke from Saints and Sinners. And it's a lot of other people who are in this production, which airs on CBS Monday through Friday, midday. And amazing show. Amazing show. If you're into the soap operas and you're into, if you think of like the haves and the have-nots and, different shows like that, your Powers, well, not necessarily Power, but just it's a really good show. And we're going to be chronicling a lot of that. But the cool thing about that is I'm doing that with my mother because that's like one of our connection points. And we talk about this show. So my mother, and I ain't gonna tell you what age she is because she thinks she's younger than me, but she gonna be doing this podcast with me, which is mad dope. Mad dope. So I'm excited about that. That's actually starting on September 21st. So we're starting to do a lot of the promo and stuff for that now and getting our headshots and all that stuff done. So that's a really cool thing. We have the panel, which is in essence bringing TV to the podcast platform. That's launching actually second to third quarter of 2026. So that's going to be coming. Of course, we have like some of our mainstay shows already. Of course, Transcending the Culture. We got Open Letters to a Survivor. We got Cat Got Your Tongue. We got the Black Print. Like, it's a lot going on here. And we are really doing a lot of work to really build this and build good content, for our community. So all of that being said, just check out, keep a watch. We also have Culture Crave magazine, which is, I keep telling everybody, that's Cat's new baby. But Culture Crave is actually picking up really well. That's more for the pop community, kind of a replica, if you will, of UG Digital magazine. So that is brand new. That is fully launching this week, and things are looking really good with that. But it's a lot going on. So just make sure that you guys continue to check us out. The website is ugdigital.com. Also, the podcast piece of it is ugdpodcastingandradio.info. You can subscribe to the network and the channel here on YouTube, which is UGD Podcast Radio. That also is our social media across the board. So whether it's Instagram, whether it's X, whether it's Facebook, wherever you want to go. We're on Twitch too. So we are streaming on Twitch right now too, if you did not know. So we are planning ourselves everywhere. And as of maybe about 20 minutes ago, we got some other stuff that's going to be going on that's going to stretch us out a whole lot further. So stay with us. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the network on YouTube and hit that notification bell so that you know when we go live and when we post new material. That's all I got, Kat. Anything you got before we bring the champion up here?
Now I'm ready to get into this meat and potatoes of this interview. Okay.
There you go. So listen, y'all. I really want you guys to help me welcome our guest tonight. Really amazing artist, really amazing person. To me, both of those things go a long way. But just the person that he is, the spirit that he has, and listen, when you see him perform live, like, it's more than a vibe. So I can't even say it's a vibe. Like, it was just like, damn, this is good. Like, that show was really, really good. So I'm happy to bring him on, happy to talk about the show, happy to talk about everything that he has going on. And we'll talk about another big surprise that nobody else knows about, that he already knows about, but we'll get that going too. So if you will, help me to welcome Mr. Jayshawn Champion to the platform. What's going on, man?
What's happening, family? How y'all?
We are amazing,
hey.
man. We are alive, we are black, we are blessed. Things are cannot complain at all. How are you? How's it going for you?
All is well, man. Just tired, man. Back in school has started back, and I am a gospel choir teacher and also chapel worship leader at Lutheran East High School.
Oh, wow.
So I'm teaching over 150 kids a day.
That is
interesting. It has been a doozy. My body is different. It's right about now. I don't need to be eating nothing but fruit and vegetables. That is because it takes a lot of energy. These kids require energy, man. They do. You have got to engage them in order for them to be engaged. You have to engage them.
Absolutely.
And it takes a lot. Yeah.
Lutheran East, that's my mother's alma mater. So she came out of Lutheran East. So I mean, she came out of Shaw, but she went to Lutheran East prior to that. Got you. That's cool. And it's funny because a couple years ago she went to like a lot of the reunion stuff for Lutheran East.
Are you going this weekend to anything?
At some point I will. I'll keep it honest with you, man. Like, because of all the stuff that happens in and around the city, I usually only go to the picnic, and I probably will be there.
I got you.
I probably will only be there for maybe an hour or two, and then
I ain't even gonna go to the picnic. I gotta work Sunday at church.
Yeah,
and then that night I'm at Platform 13 for the Grown and Sexy after Shaw alumni party after the park. It's gonna be
I
pretty
usually
cool.
slip up there, usually sometime in the afternoon for a couple hours. Like my sister came out of there, my father came out of there, my mother, like, so I usually get up there a little bit, but I don't stay all day though. I give them a couple hours and then I'm out.
Got you. And you came out what year?
I came out 95. My sister came out 91.
Gotcha. That's the year she probably went to school with my brother. My brother came out in 91. He came out of School of Arts.
Yeah. She came out in 91 and she knows him very well.
Gotcha.
Because he actually was on the podcast. It's been a few months, but she came on and watched, and it's a few other people, Kim Haycox and a lot of people who
y'all got to. I'm gonna tap you into my brother. Y'all got to get him on here too.
Absolutely, man. And that's really the thing is we're trying to build that network where we can really support the people who are here, but then people from here and all of that stuff. We brought the Levert experience on a few months back.
Cool.
Which was really cool. And
that's real cool.
I be trying to do something different, man. So I was just having a conversation with somebody else. Like, I've worked for Radio 1, I've done BET stuff, but I just want to do my own thing because I want to stick to, really covering the stuff that I feel like not only relates to us, but like the same stuff that's happening in our community and stuff that we can, go back and forth on, and stuff that's really affecting us and our people. I mean, obviously some of the fun stuff is cool and all of that, but I have found that when I'm working with like the bigger entities and whatnot, then I kind of get into like a pigeonhole as far as what can I discuss, what can I not discuss, what do I have to ask them. And I was just telling somebody that, like, when I talk to the housewives, which I've connected with many of them, I don't really want to talk about the crazy shit. Like, I want to talk about what's happening for them that can relate to us and how, like, I
everyday life shit. Yeah,
absolutely. And then I come from like it's a lot of music in the family. So like Fantasia, Casey, and JoJo are my cousins. So there's a piece of it where I'm like, I don't want to put nothing crazy out there. Then people looking at me like, yeah, your cousin acting a fool out here.
Right.
I like doing my own thing, but we appreciate you so much, man. I
appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all even more.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it over to Kat. Let her go ahead and get started. I'll pop in with some questions, and then I got a thing of like a rapid fire 20 questions for you that we'll go through too, just to get your thought on that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was so great seeing you perform. It was really surreal.
Surreal.
It was surreal because it was just like we was kind of sitting next to you, and everybody it was a good vibe. People was getting up dancing, they was hand dancing in the audience, and I see you, you was chill, you had your little glasses on, and you was vibing. Next thing I know, you said, "Excuse me," and he was on stage. I was like, "Whoa, hold on." Whoa. Wait a minute.
Right.
I know he was just right here. Hold on. And then the voice just came out and it was like, oh my God, who is that? Because I work a lot in Cleveland, but I'm from Akron. So I'm just now getting exposed to a lot of Cleveland artists.
Oh man.
So
it's
that
was
my it's a
great wealth here.
It's so crazy. And we've been working with so many, but I've been really on this kick to find like great music and good artists. I feel like people, like, I'm a millennial. I feel like my age people, we're getting older, and that that pop and shake it ain't hitting like it used to,
No,
so I feel like I really
No.
but I really enjoy, first of all, that was probably the best live show that I've seen in years. Like, it was just so amazing, and I love the improvisations, and
Eric is a genius, man. Eric is a genius. He really is.
I really liked because I like to act, and I like to improv act, and I think that's something that is kind of a lost art. And so bringing like the improv into the music, like he was asking people stories of how they met in the audience and was singing about it,
and made a record,
made a whole song about that. And I was just like, is this a song or this? No, it's off the dome. So it was just really, really amazing. So for one, can you just walk us through how that performance came about in your relationship with Eric Roberson?
So Eric and I've been knowing Eric since I was 20 years old. I am now 45 years old.
Wow.
When I first moved to New Jersey, I was a songwriter signed to a production company that was birthed out of here called Christopher. It was Eric and Christopher. They put their names together and made a production company called Christopher. And so they moved to New York. Actually, they moved to New Jersey to be closer to New York because back then the industry was really heavy in New York. And me and my guys, we were all signed. We signed a co-publishing deal with Christopher. And then we moved up to the house where Christopher was staying because we was on the grind too. We was trying to make it too. And Eric Roberson was one of the songwriters that we met first. One of the first songwriters, because what we wanted to do, we wanted to get placements. We was trying to get plats and stuff like that back then. So Eric, at that time, Eric had written for 112 and Carl Thomas and all kind of people. And he met with us. He was coming to the house. He was just playing Madden, just chilling, kicking it or whatever. And he used to give us advice. He was like, yo, man, he said, I asked Eric one day, I said, yo, what's some advice you can give me, man? And he was like, always write, no matter what, every day. I don't care what you write. Just sit down and just write words. Just write. And shortly before I got kicked out of that house because I was young and immature, Eric came over to the house and we was all having a meal. I think we was having some pizza or some pasta or something. And he was like, Eric, you gonna have something? He was like, no, I'm on a diet, bro. And we was like, why? It's like, because I'm about to be an artist. Well, okay, cool. And we was like, so you shopping the deal? Where you trying to go? You trying to get a major, a deal? He's like, no, I'm gonna go the independent route. Back then, we like, independent. I didn't know anything about independent. And here we are 25 years later.
Yeah.
Eric Roberson is the king of the indie soul market. So, yeah, we reconnected when he had shows here in Cleveland. I called him and I'm like, he's like, yo, man, come to the show. You know, he remembered me and we stayed in contact over the years.
Yeah.
And he called me like maybe March or April. And he was like, Champ, I got a couple of records I want you to get on with me for my album. And I was like, all right, cool. He said, I want you to sing this hook for that Over You, Under You record. He says, man, I got this. I want you to put a verse and a pre-hook on this for me. And that's how Trust and Love came to be, came about. That actually dropped today, the video and the single in Eric's record.
Okay, so I have to make sure that I download that and get it added to our radio station so that
okay, cool.
It's rotating.
Yeah, man, y'all got to check out the video. It's pretty cool.
I absolutely will do that today. It's interesting that you mentioned him as, the king of this independent space, because when I look at you, like, you're somebody that really is a king in this too. Like, you've been doing your own thing for all this time.
So hold, James. You do know I'm just a songwriter, right?
But still though, man, like that's like the essence of a lot of this music. Like you writing the music.
I've put out singles over the years. I used to be in a group called Champion and Coles. Right. It was kind of like in the image of Men at Large, because I always wanted to be in Men at Large because of my brother. And I think I'm being forced to be an artist.
Okay.
Like, it's like the universe is like, all right, enough is enough. Stop being scared. Okay, you fat. So what? People know you fat. Lose some weight. You can lose some weight here and there, but get out there and give the people what I gave you.
Right.
That's basically what God is saying. Give the people what I gave you. You need to bless people. You got good music. Tell your story. Be transparent and get out here. So that's when you say I'm nowhere near in the indie space that Aaron.
I get it. I mean, I get it, but on the same token, like, to me, and I know it's just my thinking, I hold more reverence to the writer than I do to the singer a lot of times, because
I understand,
I know it takes a lot to get up there on stage and be in front of these people and sing the song, but the person that's really writing it and putting it together and arranging and you are to me, you're creating magic, man. And it's funny, it's crazy to me that you never were in Men at Large, because it's like, this dude should have been in Men at Large too. Like,
I was when Jason and Dave was out. Jason was 18, Dave was like 21, 22, something like that. I was 12. I was too young.
Okay.
So by the time,
it's almost like Cat and I too.
Story of my life.
It's almost like Cat and I too, because the reality is we really just kind of united and really got acquainted with each other 2 years ago when we started doing a podcast together.
Wow.
Then we both were questioning, well, shit, why did we not talk all these years? Because when I was going to University of Akron, she was like 6. It made sense when you really think about it, though. But for a minute, we both was like, well, shit, why we ain't talked all these years? But I get it, though. I absolutely get it. But
she just got old enough 2 years ago to talk to you.
Right. But I do have a question before I kick it back to Kat, because I know I just stepped on her and took over for a minute. Shit, like, I started talking and she started opening her mouth like, oh shit, never mind. Okay. So look, I think that I talked a little bit about personality and about spirit, and just, the interaction that went down when I walked up to you at the Music Box Supper Club. And I do not see that with a lot of artists. And I've been doing this for 24 years. I don't see that type of spirit and just overall happiness and friendliness from very many people in this industry at all. Wow. And what I will say is that while I got that from you, I also got it from your brother when I met him, and I was still in high school. I was in Upward Bound, and they came and they performed like in the auditorium at Case Western Reserve while I was staying, because I stayed on the campus over the summer.
Okay. Come through Upward Bound. Okay.
I got the same thing at that point. And that was one of the, like, meeting people, especially from here. Like when I was in high school, that was kind of like what solidified it for me that I want to work in this industry. I ain't no singer. I ain't got no voice like that, but I want to work in this industry. So I really want to know, where does that come from with y'all? Like, I would like to say maybe from your mother. Like who taught y'all that?
We share the same father. We got different mothers.
Okay.
Jason's mother is a sweetheart. She is a sweet, soft woman. Jason has her temperament. My brother's very approachable as long as you're respectful.
Absolutely.
Me personally, I feel like if the people don't like you, then you ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I am honored when somebody wants to interview me, right? Just to be all the way transparent, I wish that the city, and I'm not boasting myself up, I wish more of the city knew who I was.
That's why we doing this. I promise you, that's why
I wish more of the city knew who I was, so that not so I can, let me see. I would like to raise up another generation of kids, of people like me. Because I don't have kids, right? So I wish more of the city knew me, so kids could come to me and say, hey man, can I talk to you? Can you help me? Yes, I definitely would. Not because I want to be put up on a pedestal, but because I want people to be able to come to me and say, hey man, and I want to be able to share my wealth and pass it down and leave and be that be a part of my legacy as well. So whenever somebody come up to me and they know me, there have been people come to me and I'm a fan of you. I'm like, fan of what? I'm like, okay, you got me mistaken for my brother. No, I know who you are. I know who your brother is. Yeah. Now keep in mind, a lot of people, sometimes they'll come to me, what's up, Jason? And I just be like, hey, what's going on? I just don't even, because I'm not Jason, but hey, I'm sick of telling people I'm not Jason. Yeah. But then there are those people that literally know the difference between us and know who Jayshawn Champion is, and and it's like, hey man, when I say talk, you got a company, hey, let's talk. I don't care if you only got 2 people. That's 2 more people that didn't know me that are on your platform. So hey man, I'm gonna always be humble and I'm gonna be gracious. I'm going to be grateful for people wanting to talk to me, and I really appreciate that. When
I tell you that that's what we're here for. Like that is absolutely what we're here for, because I feel like whether it's you, whether it's Bone Thugs, whether it's, you know, the other people, like I want to promote y'all and spotlight y'all and showcase y'all so that people can know who we got, who we are, and put us on that pedestal. And I think a lot of the problem with the industry as a whole is corporate. So, you know, they're worried about the dollars and what you got coming out and how much you're spending and all of that kind of stuff. Whereas I'm in this kind of really for the love of it. So like I want to push you guys and you know, allow you to.
It always happens like that. Like the basketball players that are playing basketball for the love of it.
Yeah.
They tend to be successful. And you know, people like you, if your motives are pure, and I mean, still keep in mind, you still want to do business.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
You still want God to bless.
Absolutely.
So that you can, you know what I'm saying? So you can get sponsors and say, hey, I want to, you know, this and the other. But your motives, man, are pure, and you know, God can't do nothing but water that, man.
Yeah. The thing that I've learned though is that, and again, I say I've been pushing for this and really building the platforms for 24 years now. Like really pushing at this. And the thing that I have learned is that when it's pure and from the heart and you doing it for the right reasons, the money and the love will come. I've been able to sustain this for all this time.
That's all right, brother.
The way that I've been doing it. And the thing I want to say to you before I kick it back to Kat, because she giving me them eyes now.
I'm not even doing nothing.
The thing that I want to say, look, you a woman. I see the eyes. So the thing that I do want to say is stand in your light, man. Because when you think that people are confusing you with Jason, and you like, well, wait a minute, what is it that I did? You must got me confused with my brother. They talking about you, man. Like you have done some amazing work in this industry, even from the writer standpoint of it.
Yes, sir.
To the point that when he said who you was, I'm like, that's him. And somebody was like, yeah, from Men at Large. I said, no, he was not in Men at Large. But he's just a
you heard it because I had to say that wasn't me, bro. Like, but you see it happen right there on the spot.
But you have done some amazing work, man, and even while you may not be up there in the forefront and in the spotlight all the time, you on the background side of it, and then outside of that, you're nurturing and watering the seeds of this industry and the people who are trying to get established, people who trying to find their way. People who want to talk to people like yourself, but a lot of times they don't reach out and they don't ask people because they don't get the same love when they reach out to people.
Right.
So like, what you do, man, like from an encouraging standpoint, and like you are doing some amazing work, and that is why we wanted to, like, it was imperative that we get you on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
So I appreciate that. Kat, it's all yours.
I just wanted to speak on, you know, getting people mixing you up with your siblings. I'm the youngest of 4 girls, okay? And we all got dang near identical names, sound alike, look alike. So I mean, people be chasing me down, and they be Carla. I'd be like, you close, look, you very close. But, you know, it's a different one. And so it's like you grow up immersing yourself in the things that they do, but then you also, you know, want to stand out and improve yourself on your own.
That's
know,
right.
And so and me and James kind of talked about that. Look at one of my friends said she looks like all of them too. Listen, I unlocked my sister's phone with my face.
Wow.
I'm like, girl, why you ain't got no lock on your phone? She's like, what you mean? I'm like, your phone, it's open. She's like, girl, let me change my phone. Like, I don't need you in my stuff.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's crazy when it comes to siblings, and it's nice when you grow up in a family. Like my family is a performing arts family, so I got to really try different things and immerse myself in different things. So I can definitely, you know, get with you on that one.
Yeah.
So
man.
earlier you talked about how you're a songwriter, and first of all, don't ever just say just. I'm just a songwriter. You ain't. Do you know how many people is in their beds wishing that they could be a songwriter, wishing they could be in those rooms, wishing that people would sing their words? Like, you are doing some amazing
and
things.
that they could get them mechanical royalties.
They just like, dang, I wish I could get some money for writing some songs right about now. So, you living the dream. So kudos to you and everything that you do. But you spoke about how you write songs and you feel like, you kind of pushed into an artist. And I've been hearing that a lot lately. I know Bryson Tiller just came out and said kind of the similar thing, that he had been writing and that, he really got pushed into the artist thing, and that he actually kind of would love to just go back into to that. Do you feel like that sometimes? Like, sometimes it's just easier to be a writer than a performer, or do you still kind of yearn to share your gift and your voice?
So again, it's not, I don't yearn to share my gift. I think that, again, I'm all about transparency. Fear has always been a thing of mine. If you all go and listen to my album, If I Was an Artist, it's my alias is Writer, Wryter. My best friend, before he passed, God rest his soul, I said, hey man, listen, I want to put this album out, and I want to have a name like a SZA or a Division or something like that to these kids, The Weeknd. I said, give me a name, not my name, but give me an alias. And he said, Writer. And I said, that is brilliant. So I came up with an album called Writer, If I Was an Artist, right? And on the album, it talks about, I have an interlude on there where I talk about an experience I had with a multi-platinum, super duper songwriter who had heard my songs and wanted to work with me. Had never saw me, but he wanted to work with me, and he flew me down to Atlanta. And when he saw me, he didn't want to work with me no more because of my size. He said that my size looks irresponsible. Now, that in itself, that hurt me, that depressed me, because I'm like, bro, like, just put me in the studio with a mic and an engineer and let me just write records. Don't nobody ever got to see me, bro. I don't really care about that. And that experience alone, that's one of the experiences that made me be like, man, you know what? I don't ever want to be an artist, because I don't want to be rejected. I don't want people to laugh. I don't want any of that kind of stuff to happen to me. I used to sing backgrounds with an artist because the artist thought I was dope. And once he changed labels, his label said, hey man, get rid of dude. Cause get rid of dude. He don't look good up there with you. Wow. But everywhere we would go on the road, people would always come up to me like, bro, you killing. Like, can I get your autograph? Can we take a picture? This and that and the other. And the artist was just like, yeah, I love it, like, for the homie. But at the end of the day, he had to do business. All these types of experiences never made me want to be an artist, because I just, out of pure fear, right?
I get it.
But
it's eye-opening too, and not to cut you off, but it's eye-opening that it happens for men too, because you really only hear about it on the women's side of it. Like, I know Kelly Price went through a lot of that, and
to answer your question, Kat, make a long story short, I just went around the corner to come to this. Eric Roberson asked me a couple weeks ago. He says, "Man, what's your goals as an artist?" My woman asked me, "What is your goal as an artist?" Because she's an artist as well. Incredible songwriter, incredible artist. Like, she's a monster. I got to turn y'all on to her. And I'm like, I want to write songs for other people. That's all I really want to do. I said, that's ultimately what I want to do. Because being an artist, when you become an artist, you have to be that artist all the time. Especially if, like, people rock with you. You know, being an artist, it takes a lot of work, man. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. And the way I am, when I used to put on my shows, I want things to be perfect. I don't like the anxiety of having to put on the show. Is people gonna come, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's tough. But
that's showbiz.
But again, at this point, I'm being pushed into this artistry, into this artistry thing. So I'm figuring, you know what? Let me see what happens the next 5 to 10 years. I'm 50 and 55 years old as an artist, giving people just being me, giving y'all my life.
I could definitely relate to that imposter syndrome thing, like feeling like, I don't want to be, I hate feeling like I'm getting perceived, like people, they perceiving me and what are they thinking, and they thinking negative or they thinking this, and it can be very hard to jump out there and be who you want to be. In 2020 I had went through the journey of losing 100 pounds, and
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And James has been going through his weight loss journey. He be in the gym. Listen, I be at home eating, watching him at the gym. But I had these goals for myself, like, when I lose this weight, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I still had that voice in my head. You're not good enough. You're not the look. You're not what they're looking for, And then when you lose weight, your body's not perfect. I got loose skin. I got, I still got little Hawaiian rolls on my back. It's still a little something. And I'm doing modeling, and I feel insecure because I'm like, oh my this looking weird and this looking weird, and it's like it's really me holding myself back because I'm sitting there in front of a photographer. They hired me for a reason, so they not worried. They not worried about that. What's the saying? The people that mind don't matter, and the people that matter don't mind. Like the people that really matter, and people are always asking me to do this and do that, and it's like, why am I being insecure when I know I have all these gifts and all these amazing things that I want to do? So I feel that that's something that a lot of people could relate to you on that, and it's really nice that you are able to put that into an album. And especially under the alias, because I love a good alias. Now that's me. I'll put something out. That's somebody else. Who is that? That's somebody else. But so I did want to ask you about your single. When you name drop Cleveland and what you do, I thought that was really, really clever. I have been kind of seeing that lately, and I feel like Cleveland gets a bad rap. Well, Ohio all together, but Cleveland definitely kind of gets a bad rap of, ain't nothing in Cleveland, ain't nobody in Cleveland, and it's so much talent. And I've been seeing a lot of people putting on for their city. So how important was it for you to kind of name drop that? And how do you promote your city? And how do you feel about your city? How do you rep your city?
Whenever what's crazy is I wasn't really trying to be clever. I just wanted to rhyme. I just wanted to rhyme. What the clever part for me, was spring is the season when it's 20 below in Cleveland.
Oh,
that's the clever part. Cleveland just was the rhyme, but it just so happened to be that's where I'm from. Wherever I go, I always talk about Cleveland. Wherever I go, when I go to Atlanta, LA, where you from? I'm from Cleveland. And believe it or not, every time I go somewhere, hey man, you know this person, you know that person. The national people, they be talking about Cleveland, we did a mistake on the lake and all that. But there again, the Midwest, Cleveland, Toledo, Columbus, where else?
Akron.
Kobe B is from Akron. He rolling right now. Red Hands, those guys, that's an Ohio group. You got the B Landrums, you got the Dawsys, and the Brass family and all that. This my one cat, Della Mones. I forgot my guy's name. He's going viral on TikTok right now because of something he just did on the porch. All from Cleveland. My man Myron Davis, that used to be the artist Myron. He's from Cleveland. So B Golden, another artist from Cleveland.
I went to Shaw with B Golden. We were man, when I tell you, I think when we was in high school, I envied him because he was the drum major. I said I'd never be able to do all that shit, but it's funny because he actually has a new single out, and I mean he's worked for so many different artists, but he's got a single out now that we have spinning on the radio station, and
that's dope.
Very well.
That's dope. So I feel like it's really important to represent Cleveland. I just think that Cleveland won't be. I feel like Cleveland has the potential. Remember years ago when Philadelphia was running R&B, when you had the Jill Scott and the Bilal's and all that. They was running R&B. Everybody was going to Philly. The Floetries was coming out of Philly. Glenn Lewis was out of Philly. The Touch of Jazz, all the producers. We have that potential here, right, in Cleveland.
I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there.
We just need to do this, man. We need to come together and work as a collective. Yeah. If we get together and work as a collective, then the sky's the limit, man, for us. Like people, if you build a sound and that sound and you give it to the people, somebody gonna be like, I like this, and then the industry could come here and say, I'm coming to Cleveland. Yeah. That's where it is. The Midwest, man.
Like, what do you think it would take for us to get to that place of unity and really, collaborating together?
A plan to be stuck to, and a system. And when I say government, I don't mean somebody governing things, but somebody to take the lead and say, all right, cool, this is what we're doing. Somebody to take the lead and say, hey, this is what I want to do. Let's come together. Let's do this. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. Okay, cool. We all in this. We all got these projects. All right, let's do this. Let's do that. All right, cool. We got that project. Okay, we want to help push this artist here, right here. All right, cool. This month, let's push her. Let's push them. Let's push these 3 artists this month for the release. Like, we literally can set up a system where Cleveland is pushing Cleveland all the time. But it has to be quality. I'm talking about the young music, the mid-age music, and the old music. We can do it all. Yeah. But there should be a system in place where, we got politicians, different politicians out here doing, all right, cool. You and the family. It's all about Cleveland, man. It should be, it can happen. It just has to be meeting of the minds and the willingness to. Everybody has to be a follower. Everybody, including the leader. Yes. The leader has to be, the greatest leaders know how to follow.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So everybody has to be a student. I got to be a student. Like, I want somebody to teach me some things, some young cat to come teach me. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Okay, that just sharpened me up, and I could teach him some things. That's where I'm at with it. Like, teach me as much as I'm teaching you, bro.
Yeah, I think I heard something earlier this year that was saying collaboration over competition. I think that's something because I'm an outsider coming in, and I'm meeting all these different people and all these different teams, and this person got this thing and this, and it's like, I want y'all to listen. I want y'all all to win. Like, I like everybody. I want y'all to listen. Can we just all come together and do this? So I really I love Cleveland. I plan on, that's where I really been building my roots. Like, I host events. I model. I'm trying my hand at a little comedy. So it's so many. I felt so much love, and a lot of people have really embraced me in Cleveland. So I definitely feel the love. So this is my last question for you. So you spoke on the quality of music from young people and then the older. Do you think that the quality of R&B right now, especially with the young artists, because somebody said the R&B suck right now because they said dudes ain't in the desert with a leather vest on crying, talking about baby come back, they don't got 4 of their friends, the wop popping, trying to tell you to answer the phone, so what do you think about that, the state of R&B? And do you think the state of kind of relationships in general right now are kind of reflecting the lack of love people are not feeling?
I love where R&B is. Somebody says somebody needs to bring the real R&B back. Real R&B never left. R&B, what dictated R&B, life is what R&B mirrored, reflected. R&B reflected life. Right now, life is lived on social media. Therefore, all the music has changed. Love is still there. It's just different now. It's just different. These kids are a little bit more edgy, way more edgy, and very much more in your face about Absolutely. Coco Jones. Coco Jones, I can, here we go. Oh, that is a form of love.
Mm-hmm.
She loved this dude, but there's something about him that she don't need. She don't need him, but every time he come around, she got to have him. She loved that boy.
Right.
That's a form of love, right? It's not, I love you. It's not my record. What you do, I'm so in love on that record. I'm just so in love. But because that's where I come from. But I can write them old songs too.
Absolutely.
It's just a difference. It's just a different time and age. Like these kids will grow. The kids that's doing R&B now, they're gonna grow up. And Summer Walker just came out. Only thing that's saving you. That's a love song. Is the heart of a woman.
Yeah.
It sounds like a 90s record. When I first heard it, I was like, what you want me to do? I mean, like R&B.
I'm glad you mentioned the fact that it sounds 90s because I do feel like music is shifting kind of back to what we were used to.
Yeah. So me personally, man, I don't have no problem at all with the state of R&B. Leon Thomas,
he's doing
Summer
his
Walker,
thing.
the Scissors, the Gianna Aikos, the Lucky Days. These cats chilling. Like I'm like, yo, I love it. I love where R&B is. I'm listening to them. I love what they're talking about. They could be a bit wordy for me, a lot of words for me, but that's okay. That's just what they're doing. It's just like the rap, the mumble rap. These kids, even now, here's what I'm loving right now about the industry. Hip hop has gone into a time machine. And you got these 40, 50-year-old guys out here like, you know what? We back. Kwame just put out a single. That's
I work with his publicist. He just sent me the press release for
the Clipses album might be the hip hop album of the year.
Yeah.
Those are two 45, 50-year-old dudes. Like Nas, 50 years old, still killing them. KRS-One dropped. Snoop keep dropping. Cube dropped. Will Smith dropped. Who else somebody else is about to drop? Oh, Eric Sermon's about to drop he got an album that's about to drop called the Dynamic Duos. Yeah. I cannot wait to hear it. LL's album that dropped a year ago. Like the hip hop renaissance is pretty dope right now. So music is in a good place. I still don't like the mumble rap and the kids talking about shooting and robbing and all that.
Absolutely.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I just don't like it. Now there's some of that rap, some of them kids be flowing. Like you still got the flow. You still can't just be speeding up on the beat. Where you at? Like musically, you're not intelligent, and your musical IQ is in the basement. I need to hear you be on beat, But other than that, be on beat. That's what we do when we flow, like But as far as R&B, I love the state of R&B right now, and I just want to keep pushing it forward. Chris Brown, I love Chris.
Period.
Chris Brown,
and the transition of
it should never. It's now at this point, it is not even a game. Chris Brown is one of the greatest of all time.
Period. And to see the transition that he's made. I interviewed him when he was 16.
Okay.
And it's like to see what he's doing now and just what he's done throughout that entire time. It's like it can't be touched by anybody. Like it can't be touched.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for answering that question. I didn't think about it like that. I think you gave some good insights. I know I saw some people in the comments. Trader Guru said, I like this guest. Katia said, right, I hate that basement IQ.
It gets on my nerves. In my class, in my class, I do what I call R&B Friday, where I let my kids, we come in, I let them do work in other classes on Fridays, and I let them pick the music as long as it's clean. And they'll play me some stuff, and I'm like, "Are you serious? What is this? Who is this? Yeah, this Scrooly G. This is this little pump over there." I'm like, "No, I'm cool. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm straight."
Yeah, they're not talking about nothing. But I did like what you and James said. I think that people are for one wanting that 90s sound, but I think they are still keeping their content and what they're singing about. Like you said, Jayshawn, like they're singing about the relationships and the dynamics that are relevant to them.
That's
so
it.
it's just, it's not
it
like
ain't
back in the
it ain't
90s where everybody was getting proposed. Everybody's sneaky link. So what's the point of
everybody was singing R&B like this? You had to sing R&B like this.
Right.
It's not like that no more.
You gotta do the Drew Hill. You gotta put a
all
little
that.
pep in it.
It's not like it's not that. Like it is. They have love. It's just different these days.
Different.
Absolutely.
Okay. I like that. I've never heard that that insight. So I'm definitely gonna have to look at it like that. But I think people are thirsting for what they know in the older artists, and it's great that the older artists have that market. And like the shows that are selling out are the older artists.
Listen,
young people can't sell out no arena, but Keisha Cole, listen, I had my shirt and everything. I had my nachos. I was there for Keisha.
This my last point on it. The one thing I love about these new R&B artists is they respect and they honor the old R&B artists.
Absolutely.
They do.
Absolutely.
They respect them. When I saw Lucky Day do the song with Earth, Wind and Fire, he literally had Earth, Wind and Fire on the record.
I was like,
now
that
is incredible. That lets you know where they are. You know what I'm saying? These kids, when Jasmine Sullivan did the what's the let it fire, let it burn. Call me crazy, but I think I found what's the song that's on Ready or Not?
That's After Service.
That's I will do everything. Like that's respect given to yesteryear. You know what I'm saying? So I love all these R&B artists. I really do.
I love that.
Even what's my boy name from Atlanta? The boy that calls himself the king of R&B. I want to work with him really, really bad. No, the young boy. Oh, what's that boy name?
And actually, he's from DC though.
Dreads. He got locks. Young guy. Oh man,
shoot, I don't know why.
Because every time I say I want to work with him, people be like, "What?" Yeah. Anyway, it don't matter.
Okay, well, we'll be looking forward to. I know I really enjoyed your voice and your singles, so I will be looking forward to you dropping more. So I'm gonna hand it over to James.
Listen, man, I appreciate your perspective. I mean, it's especially on today's culture and musicians of today. I really, really appreciate your perspective on that. And I think that just like you said, a lot of the artists today, they're definitely paying.
Jacquees. It was Jacquees.
I'm listening, James.
Yeah.
Oh no, I do think that they're definitely paying the respect back. And to me, that's one of the most important pieces of it is for them to give that respect back. I'm gonna go ahead and hop into these questions that I have for you.
Hey, Squirt.
I think this is gonna be cool. DJ Squirt, I love DJ Squirt.
In the building. What's up? Hey.
Katia, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so
thank you, Tia, for telling me, Jacquees. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was Jacquees.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into these questions. I just wanted to put something together, a little lighthearted, humorous, just kind of see where your mind is, where your thought process is.
Oh shit! Here we go.
And it ain't all crazy. Like it's some good shit in here though. But
let's give it.
What's the very first song that you wrote, and do you still remember the lyrics?
Hell yeah, I remember that. It was a song called Cause I know I caused so many problems. Said I should have found the time. Said without you, girl, I'm lonely. Said you're always on my mind. Said the times that we both share. This is something I can't bear. As I lay alone at night without you. That was just a hook.
Woo!
Listen, he's giving a concert up in here.
Look, I'm about to take my bra off and throw it on stage.
I ain't trying to see that, cuz. Like, I ain't trying.
You know how I be at the concerts.
You was crazy, Cat.
If you could collaborate.
You singing good. You singing good enough.
If you could collaborate with anybody right now, living or dead, who would that be?
Michael Jackson.
Okay. Do you write your best music late at night, early in the morning, or is it just random?
In the car.
In the car. Okay.
When I'm driving.
Okay, that's what's up. I feel like that's when I sing my best, in the car or in the shower.
And in the bathroom, shower.
That part right there. I got you.
Or defecation. Go ahead.
Which one of your songs or which one of the songs that you've written do you feel is most personal to you and why?
You haven't heard it yet. You
Okay.
haven't heard it yet. Well, okay. Yeah, you haven't heard that record yet. It's coming out. It's the name of my next EP is Happy Overversary. And yeah, when you'll hear that, it's you gonna hear me bleeding all on there. You haven't heard it yet.
I'm looking forward.
Yes,
to
sir.
that. Who was the first person that told you you're really good at this, and how did that make you feel?
You know who it was? It was my cousin, who I don't talk to no more, but Victoria Hubbard Barnes. Victoria Barnes.
Okay.
Yeah, she told me, she was like, "You really good. I'm a fan." And this was, as a matter of fact, I sang that song to her and some other stuff. She was like, "You really good, Sean. Like, you really good at this." And then I was like, "All right, cool."
Okay. If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing right now?
If I wasn't doing music, what would I be doing right now? If I was not doing, I don't know, man. I have no clue what I'd be doing right now. Like, Jesus, what would I be doing right now? Preaching, maybe? I don't know, maybe being a preacher, trying to pastor somewhere.
I can see that, especially with what you're doing on the outside of it now and teaching and that sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe that or a lawyer.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that side of it. I actually wanted to go to law school at one point. So yeah, I can see that. What's the funniest or the wildest thing that a fan has ever done when you've performed at a show?
Brought me roses as a background singer.
Okay.
Brought a rose. Literally brought a rose up to me. Like, she was like, I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
She was feeling that performance.
She shot her shot. You hear me?
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, I don't do karaoke, but if I was to do karaoke, it would probably be that girl thinks that she's so fine.
Oh, that's probably about what I would do. That's about what I would do right there.
Sing, James.
Nope, I ain't doing that. We trying to get viewers, man. I ain't doing that. Pre-show rituals. Do you have any or superstitions?
Pre-show. I don't want to eat. I do not want to eat before a show. Yeah, that's pretty much it, because I feel like my nerves be so bad that I'm gonna shit on myself on stage. I'm cool.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. I was real quick. I was in London. I was in the UK.
Okay.
Performing with Music Soul Child, and we had some Jamaican food before we got on stage. I had some curry goat, and I had to shit so bad. I had to leave the stage. I almost knocked Samuel L. Jackson over trying to get to the bathroom. Swear to God. True story.
And I can hear him having something to say right now.
He was filming Snakes on the Plane. Yeah.
Okay.
Be some snakes somewhere. Dang, that's crazy.
So I'm down to my last few. I'm gonna wrap this up. What's one challenge that you have faced that you feel made you stronger as a writer and an artist?
Divorce.
Okay. If you could give your younger self any advice, what would it be?
Don't get married.
You killing me, man.
Like, no, seriously, don't get married and pay your taxes and have your tunnel vision should be on your career, not no woman. Tunnel vision.
When I tell you I get that wholeheartedly. And I've been married, I've been divorced, and while I probably wouldn't say don't get married, I get it though. When you're an artist,
don't get married. To my younger self, don't get married then. Wait till later on, till you've established yourself and you good in the bank and you good.
Absolutely.
You are who you are. Then you find her and marry her.
What does the champion effect mean to you personally?
The champion effect?
Yes.
I didn't know there was a champion effect.
You are the champion effect.
I am the champion effect. What does that mean to me? The champion effect. That means the champion effect is when I leave the room, you still smell me. All right. You like whoever that big nigga was, he smelled good as shit.
True.
That's
Swear
one
to
thing.
God, swear to God.
That's something both my brother and I took from our father. Our father used to smell really, really good. And I want the champion effect to be what you said. You met me and you were like, yo, he's beautiful people, just good. That's what I want the champion effect to be like. I want my legacy to be he was dope, he was a good guy. He was also an asshole at times, but at the end of the day, we know that his heart was big and he loved. Not perfect, but he was good.
I dig that. I absolutely dig that.
Amazing. I swear, I said it's a beautiful man around here somewhere. Damn, I smell him. I'm sniffing him out somewhere.
Cat, you crazy as hell.
This is why I rock with Cat Queen. This is why I rock with Cat Queen.
She's crazy.
Absolutely. What motivates you to keep creating, even on the tough days?
One song can change my life. One song, the fact that the next song I write could change my life.
I got you. Last question, man. When people look back at your career years from now, what is it that you want them to say about Jayshawn Champion?
He was a versatile writer. He could write it all.
Period.
He could write it all.
Period.
Like, yeah. He knew how to take shit and make it lemonade.
Oh, that's a magician right there. But you do it. Shit from shit to lemonade. That's a title right there. I think it's dope, man. I appreciate you so much just for taking the time, taking the opportunity for livening this up. Like, people were literally in here like, I like this guy. I like this guy.
In the comment, listen, DJ Squirt have a request. She says, write about me, Jayshawn. She been putting that. Write a song about me.
You want me to write a song about Squirt? Okay, I will. Squirt. I will write a song about Squirt. Gotcha.
Got that Squirt. Hey, that's my girl. She been in here tearing up these comments.
Squirt is a fool too.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, she said I had the pleasure of interviewing him in person. Okay,
she did.
Squirt.
She did. This when I was doing my group Champion and Coles, we went up there to the her radio station and had a blast, man. She was a dope interviewer.
Listen, DJ Squirt,
Absolutely.
I after Radio 1 and when I went to like internet radio, I was with DJ Squirt and we were working out of her studio. And when I tell you I love that lady, like when you think of people who have your back and who rock with you and who rock for you and look out for you, and like, that's DJ Squirt. It don't matter whether we in the same city or not. And she been in Houston. She's in ATL right now. And it's like we still keep up with each other and make sure each other is good. And I mean, shit, she here on the podcast. So like we absolutely support each other, man. I appreciate you so much. I know that I speak for both Kat and I. We absolutely got to have you back in here again, man.
Okay.
I had not announced it. I'm gonna actually post your cover tonight, but Jayshawn is on the next cover of ZOCHI Digital Magazine, so that is going to be out this weekend. We will be posting the cover tonight. Story's done already. I will send that over to you so that we can get it approved and all that jazz, and then we're gonna get that out this weekend. That'll be across the web for people to check out. I appreciate you so much, man. Like, this is
thank you
for us. So
y'all, I appreciate y'all so much, man. I hope God blesses this, man, this platform to where y'all get millions of subscribers, and you know what I'm saying? It happens like that.
We just crossed that 2,000 finish. So like,
please follow me on Instagram, One Song at a Time. If you don't know, the number one SONGATATYME, One Song at a Time. And I saw somebody in here called The Glue. The Glue said he wanted to work with me. I like to work with this person.
Yes,
hit me on Instagram. And let's talk. The Glue.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He's official for sure.
Any kind of final words, man? Anything you want to get out there last?
Man, listen, faith, focus, and fun, bro. Those are my 3 pillars for my gospel choir, and it's something that it's about to be my life pillars. 3: faith, focus, and fun. That's it, man.
That. Question for you. Where are you teaching at?
Lutheran East.
Oh, okay. So you're at Lutheran East. Like,
yep.
I kind of want to come up there and just check it out, man. Like, I think that's dope.
You should have came through. I don't care, man. Come on up, man. We're getting ready for our fall concert, September 18th. If y'all ain't got nothing to do, come on out. It's our fall homecoming concert. We're singing all gospel songs. Start at 6 o'clock. Be there. We be out of there by 7.
We coming. We gonna come. Absolutely.
Okay.
Listen, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. We will definitely follow. We'll keep sharing this. I'll send you the story so that we can approve, and we're gonna go from there. But thank you so much, man.
James, Kat, thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all soon.
Absolutely.
All right
now. Listen, y'all, dope interview.
Champion.
That's it. Strong woman.
The champion.
Listen, I think that was amazing. I think that we are so beyond blessed, to have him on the platform. Like, that was so dope for us. It was definitely needed.
It was definitely needed,
and like the fun that he was having here on the podcast, and the jokes he was telling, and like you can't get that nowhere. Like, I love that. I love this whole business, this whole setup. The podcast is doing amazing. Thank you to all of you who are in the comments: Kathy, DJ Squirt, Katia, Trey the Glue, everybody that we've seen out there in the comments. I see the numbers are going up. I see the hearts up there. I was like, listen, we really, really appreciate y'all. But it don't stop there.
It ain't over.
It don't stop there, because we have another amazing guest with us tonight. Running the show, but basically running the show. She is doing her thing out in the Toronto area. What I really love about doing this podcast is that we are touching people everywhere. So it's not just people here, and it's not just people here in the States, not just people in Ohio. Like, we are getting people from across the globe, literally. I've had a chance to kind of look at some of like the followers, like in terms of like the magazine, and like there's people clean outside of the country, in the UK and in different other areas, who are checking us out, and who are watching the podcast, and who are looking at the magazine, and we are reaching people worldwide. So I'm grateful.
Worldwide, like Squirt said.
I'm grateful to this young lady who is coming in on the podcast.
Yes.
Thank you to Jayshawn, for being here. I think that was just super, super amazing. What is these comments that Squirt putting in there? Listen, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Period. It's done already. Let's do it. Squirt don't be playing. Squirt be like, Squirt to get you the biggest people, because that's just how her repertoire be. She be knowing the biggest people. If Michael Jackson wasn't gone, Squirt would be like, oh, I could get Michael for you if you want Michael, because I mean, we and that's DJ Squirt.
No, I know, for real. You dead serious about that too.
But listen, our next guest, I think, is equally amazing, doing some truly, truly amazing work out in the Toronto area. I'm so excited that her publicist sent her information to me, because her publicist and I, we've been working together really for more than a decade. So we've done a lot of things. I think I was telling you about her before in a movie that they had put together that we covered. And we may be kind of revisiting some of that. But all of that aside, I want you guys to help us to welcome ZOCHI to the platform.
Hello.
Hey,
how are you guys doing?
We are doing amazing. How are you?
What did you say?
I just said, how are you?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing very good. Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did, actually.
Okay. I'm like, oh, did I say it wrong? Listen.
A lot of people tend to say ZOCHI. Well, you say ZOCHI. That's how you say it. Yeah.
Listen, I am beyond grateful to you, not only for coming on the platform, but thank you for being patient, because I saw when you popped in, and we was trying to tie it up, but it was like we had a legend on here. So it was like,
No, it's
We don't want
fine.
to,
It's fine. I think I showed up late. I was like, oh my God, I hope they
is it
still let
okay
me
though?
in here.
Well, for a
Yeah.
minute, I was like, well, maybe something came up. But when you popped in, I was like, yes, okay, ZOCHI is here.
Yeah.
But
So
then I'm like, thank you
I
for
let her
being.
know we was gonna bring her up in a second. So
I
she
so
was
love you.
aware. So
I love you, Cat
That's
Queen.
nice.
So listen, um, we are a platform, prime time, but we are a platform where we like to bring on amazing talent like yourself and really introduce, spotlight, showcase you to the world. With what you're doing, we've had an opportunity to really check you out and check out your music and check out everything that you've
Appreciate
been
it.
doing. And I
Yeah.
think it's really amazing. I think you're doing amazing work out in the Toronto
Thank
area.
you.
And
Thank you.
just music out in that area has grown tremendously just in terms of the reach that you have, the people who you are, able to connect with, and how it gets
Yeah.
over here to the States. Obviously, you have huge names from over there in, the Toronto area. You have the Melanie Fionas and you have the Drakes and, all
Yes.
the
Yes. We
amazing
got some
people.
legends out here. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're very well on your way to being that. So I'm excited that you have come onto the platform. Cat Queen here at the top. The two of us, we really put a lot into working together to bring on amazing talent like yourself. So welcome,
Nice. Yeah.
uh, the people here
Thank
in the
you.
top.
Thank you guys. Thank you. I
I
appreciate it.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. Super,
Yeah.
always a really good thing to, connect with people outside of my demographic, my geographic area. Just want to ask, like, where are you guys in the States? Like, what,
So I'm in what we're practically in the same area, but I'm in
Mhm.
Cleveland, Ohio, and then Cat Queen is in
Okay.
Akron, Ohio. So we're about maybe a half an
Yes.
hour apart from each other.
Mhm.
And just another tidbit, we are family, so we're
Mhm.
cousins.
Okay, I love it. That's
We
even
both
more
got
dope.
degrees in
Yes,
journalism, and
please.
we are tackling this
Yes.
together. So
Mm-hmm.
like a family thing almost.
That's good. That's good.
So I would love for you to start off by introducing yourself to the audience and then just letting everybody know, what it is that you're doing, what you got going on.
What's up, everybody? My name is ZOCHI. I am from Canada. I am an Afro beats artist. I make specifically Afro pop music, R&B music, soul. I am currently working on my merch. Actually, it's gonna be dropping this Saturday on my website, zochimusic.com. Thank you, thank you. I just dropped my single in June and the music video and the lyric video. Right now I'm on a publicity tour, so that's why I'm here, just getting to know everybody, spreading the word. Yeah, that's pretty much it about me. I'm a queer artist. I love God. I love my family. I love good food without onions in it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it.
That I was gonna say I could relate to all of that until you said no onions. I
The
love some
onions,
onions.
huh?
Yeah. I know. I'm always the only person in the room. Everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, nope, I stand crazy. I don't like onions. I know they're good for me, but
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
listen,
like to see
sometimes
them.
it's good for you, but it just ain't good. I
Mhm.
understand. So it's okay. I get it. Um,
Yeah.
you mentioned your single that dropped, Besides Me. I think
Yeah.
from what I can see is doing amazing. Like I would love for you to talk about the single and kind of the inspiration behind it, where it comes from and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, of course. So I'm big on faith, I'm a Christian. But I come from a religious family where, I'm a Nigerian. For everybody, sorry, I didn't say that. I am Nigerian actually, so those are my roots.
Mhm.
And also my grandfather is a king. He's late now, but that still carries on. I come from a family and a culture where it's kind of not only illegal to be gay, but it's also seen as a taboo, right?
Yeah.
But ever since I left home and moved to Canada and became this person that I am, I found my own personal relationship with God.
Yeah.
And I believe that my relationship with God helps me to write the way that I write, to sing the way that I sing, to be able to express myself the way that I do, to love the way that I do. And so I wanted to really put out a song that could touch base on that and also be universal, where it's not very religious, right? But also just based off of faith and just saying, hey, we're gay, we're here, God loves us, He wrote our story, we're walking in it. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what Beside Me is about. And it's just he's around me, my community is around me. Wherever we go, we're together, we stick together.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's technically what it is. The one line in the song, My Feelings Are Tied in a Rainbow,
Yeah.
is where I say this is what I am. I'm a queer artist, I'm a lesbian woman, and that's just me saying I'm not going nowhere. And
Yeah.
underneath that line, I say my feelings are tied in stilettos,
Absolutely.
meaning I love women. This is a WLW culture over
Yeah.
here, very unashamed. So yeah, that's that song is a a faith-based queer anthem,
Yeah.
and that's why I dropped it during Pride Month, June 20,
Yeah.
and we shot a music video for it. It's on YouTube. The inspiration behind the video was same thing. I wanted to keep it as natural as possible. We had no lights when we shot that video. We just made sure to shoot it at sunset and sunrise and
Yeah.
all of that. Just capture like the beauty of God, because I wanted that to reflect the song, because that's where it comes from. Like just existing in the way God has created me
Yeah.
and my community and everybody that's an ally with all of us. Yeah.
I love that.
Wow.
First and foremost, I just want to say kudos to you. Congratulations on the success that you had with the song.
Thank you.
I think
Appreciate it.
it touches a lot of people, and I think that what there's a lot that I really appreciate about the song, just the way that you put it out there, the way that you really moved with it. I'm of the LGBTQ community as well. So I
Yeah.
like to see people who can step
Yes.
out on the forefront and be
Yeah.
authentic and be themselves and be proud of that. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're teaching and you're inspiring so many people behind your story. And just the fact that you are persevering despite any of kind of the backlash and stuff that's going on in the background. Like you're
Yeah.
still pushing for what you believe, and you have a relationship with
Absolutely.
God,
Yeah.
and that's the most important thing is your relationship
Yeah.
with God. And I just think it's amazing. So kudos to
Thank
you
you.
for everything that you're
Thank you.
doing. Like talk a little like did you expect really the success that you're having right now with this single? Because to like it looks like it's doing like very well to me.
Yeah, it I did not expect it, I hoped for it, I just didn't know, how far it was gonna go. So far it's been picked up by a lot of people, and even being on your platform, this is another testimony of the
Yeah,
success of the song, right? It was with the song, the release of the song that led me here. And I think it affirms me and makes me understand, just encourages me to really understand that my mission as a musician is to give back.
absolutely,
And by giving back is give back with my voice.
absolutely.
um, Give back by speaking the truth in love and kindness and in what is it, bringing people together, and we, as much as right now it's not as bad as back in the 60s or the 50s, being queer is kind of like a general or normalized thing. Everybody, we have a lot more support now.
Yeah,
It's still not very smiled upon, and it's
yeah,
also under a lot of control. For
absolutely.
example, I feel like in the industry too, the music industry, is a lot of control that goes on there, what type of queerness you can show. And
Right.
especially for
Mhm.
masculine men too, it's a lot where you get people that can't really be themselves, or they tell you, yeah, you can be yourself, but like this, not like this.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of just not going with that at all.
Yeah.
I'm
I
aligning
love that.
myself. Yeah,
Like
I'm just
I
gonna be who God wants
yeah,
me to be. I'm gonna say the things that God teaches me. Whatever I learn in my own life, I want to share. I feel like whatever God teaches me, the lessons He teaches me, or even the things that He reveals to me, the best way for me to communicate that is through song, whether it's the emotional aspect of the song when you're singing the songs, how are you speaking, how are you expressing those emotions,
Absolutely.
or in an interview, how am I carrying that message with me? I call this chapter of my life spreading the gospel because I realized quickly with this song, like you, sorry, back to your question, the success of the song. I think he has given me a platform, to speak more about this thing. And I'm not gonna lie, like of all, this is the first song that I'm getting this much, publicity and moving to Toronto at the same time, and doing all the things that I've been doing. So, yeah, I did not expect it. I hoped for it, and I'm getting it. So it's really encouraging, and it just tells me,
Yes,
yeah, man, God wrote this. He's writing this constantly. Just keep going, keep going. Don't be
absolutely.
afraid.
I think one of the things with us, as far as Cat Queen and myself, and just with Transcending the Culture and UGD podcasting and radio as a whole, like we like to celebrate everybody.
Yeah,
Like we
it's
like to
good.
celebrate everybody, and we like to welcome everybody. And in so many ways, like you are doing some things out here to really elevate and transcend the culture. That's the whole idea of you being
Yeah,
here on the
yeah.
platform.
I'm blessed to
So
be on. I'm sure
like
I'm
we
right
need
there with y'all.
we
Yeah,
need
we got
you,
this.
we
Add me
need
to
for
the
our
family. I want to be part of the family.
yeah,
You in the
listen,
you listen.
you already are,
You in the
Yes,
and
family
yes.
now.
you
We gonna
absolutely
send you
already are,
a
and
invite to the cookout. You'll
yeah,
be getting your invite soon. Don't worry.
and I promise
Yeah,
we ain't gonna
I
have
would
no
love to
onions on
know
the
that.
food for you.
Yes.
No onions on the food. No
We
onions
ain't
on the
gonna have no
No.
onions on
food, everybody.
the
Thank you.
but no,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I do think that is amazing though. I think that you're really encouraging so many other people just to live in their own truth. And to me,
Yeah.
that's really what it's about. You recently performed on the Saskatchewan leg of Jilly Black's tour. Like, talk a
Yes.
little bit
Yeah.
about that experience. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Like, that is
Yeah.
huge.
That's crazy. That was at the start of the year. For those that don't know, Julie Black is a legendary Canadian
Yeah.
singer-songwriter.
Uh oh.
Saying that word.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, I know I know how legendary she is. That's why I'm like,
Y-
that is huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was, man, so I met her for the first time last year. I opened up for her at a show, the Grand River Black Music Festival and
Okay.
Conference in Kitchener, Ontario. It's like it's a city in Ontario, 2 hours away from Toronto. I
Okay.
met her at that show, and, I performed for her. And when I found out that she was going on tour, I decided to reach out, and just say, hey, I want to be a part of this thing. And I did not think she would even say, yeah, because she's a legend, So
Yeah.
to me, that was an incredible cosign that actually opened a lot of doors for me. It motivated a lot of my team members, we're just grinding some more, and that added to the reason why I moved over here, just seeing that hustle. That was very interesting for me because not only did I get to perform on a bigger stage that I've never performed before, I also got to hang backstage with this legend and learn.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm really big on is just being able to be taught and remain teachable and be
Yeah.
able to carry out the things that I'm taught in my own way. Take
Ooh,
what I'm being given
that's a
and do it
that's
the
a nugget.
ZOCHI way.
Like I don't even want to. I hate to even cut you off, but that's like a nugget in a gym for people. Always be teachable. Always be
Yeah,
teachable. Be willing to learn, and don't be afraid to ask for what you want because sometimes you get what you ask for. And the fact that you
yeah,
reached out
yeah.
and said, "I want to be part of this," and she said, "Come on, let's do it." I love it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. It
I love
was it was it was cool. It was really cool. I still remember that they actually made a video of the phone call that I had with her manager because I wanted to capture that just for future references. But yeah, that was an incredible cosign. I learned a lot just from being around her and speaking and her
it.
telling me that she loved my music and all of that. Like I'm just like, yo, we just started. That was in March. I'm like, the year just started, yo. So this is great momentum for me. I took that and I went to the studio with that energy. looking for the next song, and that's how Beside Me came about. Because again, for me, everything adds up. As I walk in my journey, I'm counting my blessings, and I'm speaking about those blessings, and I'm expressing my gratitude for those blessings. And so, being a queer Black African woman being put on Julie Black's stage as an upcoming artist, of all the artists in my city, I thought that was God telling me, "Hey, man, you got this. So
Yeah.
let's write about it. Let's sing about it." Yeah.
No, I think that's amazing. Okay, let me open it up to Kat. Let me shut up and let Kat talk.
I really loved what you said and what you said about what the song represents. You had a lot of comments from the viewers saying a relationship with God is more precious than anything. Um, I love how bold she is for the Lord. And then this is my
Thank
sister
you.
saying, welcome to the family. So
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be part of the family. I love this family already. You guys are cool. The energy is
thank
great. It's
you.
really great.
And so my sister she has a really strong relationship with the Lord. Like she has been one of those people that have been since we were little. Like, it was like she was touched by an angel. Like she
Okay. Yeah,
used
yeah,
to
yeah.
tell me at night, she would say, I'm gonna hold hands with the Lord, and she would go to sleep like this.
Oh my, I
And
love it. I
and
love
I
it.
would wake up in the middle of the night and she still would be. I was like,
Sister holding hands, yes.
God is
Never
real.
let go.
Listen, I'm
Never
telling
let
you,
go.
like I would really be like, God is real, by that.
Yeah.
And so, and like when I was little, I don't think I ever told this story on this platform, but when I was little, like say I stole some cookies or I got caught doing something, sinning or doing something bad, I would hide in a closet. I would go in the closet and literally hide myself because I thought I was hiding from the Lord. I felt shame. And I think that is something that a lot of LGBT people feel with the Lord is a lot of shame. That's really drilled into
Yeah.
you. I'm in a very religious family. Like my mother is a minister, and so I think that that's something that a lot of people deal with. I know that a lot of LGBT people really love the Lord and are really like they'll be the
Yeah.
choir director and
Yeah.
dancing and doing
Yeah.
all this, but then they don't feel at home. They don't feel like they are worthy of that relationship. And I also have felt like that. I came out as bisexual, and it's just so funny because I came out as bisexual just to stop dating. Like, what the heck you doing, girl?
It's just,
Like, what? You supposed to be dating everybody. Now
I'm
you dating
dead.
nobody. You dating nobody. Like, but but I was really nervous to talk to my mom about that and my family. Because I felt this shame. I felt like I didn't deserve God's love because of the things that I did or the choices or the sins. And my sister was always there to remind me, like, he died for that. Like that's
Yeah.
specifically what he
Yeah.
loved. He
Yeah.
loved
That's
you.
it.
He
Yeah.
loved you so much. He loves you
Yeah.
so much that he died for that, and that you are so worthy, and that we always feel like, why am I on this earth? Why would God put me on this earth? Why would God craft you as wonderfully as you are? Why would he? You can't make no mistake. You're here for a
Yeah.
reason. You're
There's
here
no
for a
mistakes.
purpose.
Yeah.
So where did you really get that inspiration to merge those two into this song?
Yeah, man, what you said resonates with me a lot. That shame I think that's the very first thing that we feel as queer people. And you're right, a lot of queer people love God. Like in the church, I was that person too, and heavy in the church and stuff, and leading a family prayer, even though I wasn't too sure, what I'm praying
Yeah.
about, what I should be praying for. But just that fire is there in our hearts. Um, for me, it was really rough because I grew up in a religious home, right? So I always went to church as a kid. You know, did I feel like I wanted to be in church? Yeah, because my parents would give us because we used to buy ice cream after church and all that. But did I want to be
Yeah.
there for the faith and all as a kid? Not really, because of the shame that I had. And I was just and I think a lot of it comes from the the teachings, the misconstrued teachings of the Bible and how it's used to judge queer folks, and that's why a lot of people run from the Bible now. A lot of people question the Bible a lot, and I don't blame them. So for me, I had to have a spiritual awakening. I'm not gonna lie. I was in a car accident, that took my life, but I was in a trance. So I got hit by a car and I had a whole rebirth. And the Lord
Wow.
spoke to me in that moment while I was laying there on the road. That is my testimony, and that's how I remember coming out from the accident and being, wait, why did you save me? You could have let me die. I thought I was supposed to die and go to hell. And I felt, and before that happened, it's funny because I had a lot of darkness, a lot of like a dark cloud was following me everywhere because I did not like God. I thought that God hated me because I couldn't understand why I had to live a secret life in one of like love is the biggest thing. Love is my biggest drive. I draw a lot of my inspiration from the love that God gives me, the love for my family, my friends, my partner. So it's like I don't understand why God would hate me that much, not to accept the love that I have when I didn't even pick it. I tried to think maybe I should not be gay, but it's like, wait, I'm just gay. I didn't know, this was not my doing. This is
Right.
God's doing. So why doesn't God want what He created? So when I had that when God saved my life, He made me realize that He's been saving my life actually in a lot of ways that I couldn't see because of the veil I had, and He wanted me to trust, trust a little bit more, read for myself. He wanted me to separate church from state. And I don't mean this literally, but technically, step outside of the church for a little bit and get to know God personally, read the Bible every day if you can, or just send a prayer. He just wanted me to talk to him. He says, just talk to me and listen for what I have to say. You would hear that I love you. You would hear that I want to direct you. So that was how I slowly started, reconciling the two. And one thing about God is He's not a God without works. He will show you the works. You
You
take the
will.
faith, He will bring the works. Everything that you do, everything that every job or every success, every milestone, every whatever you get over, like whatever you're going through, if you're able to have any breakthrough, regardless of how big or small, that's the work of God in your life. And He wanted me to just understand that and accept that love from Him. And slowly, I just began to realize, you know what? Yeah, we are born gay and it's okay. You know,
Hmm.
anything done in love can never be a sin. Love is not a sin. So I'm
Hmm.
not sure why we are being told that we're going to hell because of who we love. Because love can never be a sin. So
Never.
that's how I was able to kind of, reconcile that. And now I'm just encouraging everybody else to continue to take what God has given you and share it. Encourage other people to talk about Him, about His love. Like you said, He died for that. He died for you. So talk about that love 24/7 if you can. Whenever God gives you the strength to do it, do it. You got it. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other out here. Whatever your talent is, share it with other people, and do it in your way, not in somebody else's way. Let God work authentically through you. Take inspiration from people and respect the people that inspire you and all of that, but make sure you do it in your way because there's only one you. And there's a lot of
Absolutely.
us out here that are called to do this. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for
I
answering that
love it.
for me.
Like I
You're
love it.
welcome.
Like I had to get my power together. So I said, let me get off the screen for a second and plug up and all that stuff. But while I was doing that, I'm listening to the responses and I'm listening to you talk. And your story is not only is it impressive, but I just think that it's helping so many people. And these are the conversations that we need here on the platform. That's why it's so essential that it was so essential that we have you here on the platform because I know that there's so much that you can speak to that people will be able to take something from it and really apply it to their own lives. And I mean, let's
Yeah.
face it, like LGBTQ, like we have been out here, people have been out here, and you
Yes.
can't you
Yeah.
can't help who you love. So
Yeah.
it's I think that obviously so many things have changed now and the world is a lot more loving and accepting, to people who are not the same as them. But
Mm.
on the other side of it, like I said, like there's so much that people are gaining from you and your story and the things that you have gone through and the things that ultimately you have triumphed over. Like this is triumph. You are here,
Yes, thank
uh,
you.
surviving and living and following your dream and getting your music out here to the world, and showing other people what this looks like, when you can kind of live in your own truth. So I think that is great. I appreciate you being here on the
Thank
platform.
you. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So what else is going on for you? I know I've obviously, beside me is doing very well. So what is kind of the next steps now? Do you have more singles coming out, or what's happening, on your end?
Yeah, I'm working on my next single. So we're gonna go from now we've dropped Beside Me. I'm also working on an album where I just want to be able to talk about love in all of the ways that it shows up in my life. So I'm working on my next single, which is it's another love song, but from a different love story,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm just honestly my biggest thing right now is artist development, just making sure that I'm doing the work, doing the grind from ground level up, working on my merch. That has been a lot for me. It's my first time dropping anything for sale. So everybody please support me, help me out. I'm a little bit shy here with that
It's
regard.
okay.
I don't know how to ask people for money, man. I don't know. No, but,
It's okay.
but
Listen,
hey,
You
we
do it
will
you
just
gotta
like this.
keep
Give me some
you
money.
just like that, and we gonna get on there and we gonna support and buy some merch, because then when we drop our merch very soon, we gonna be looking for you to get on there and buy some merch too. But
yes, yes, I'm gonna
we
be
will
yeah, let's
absolutely
do it, man.
Yeah, we will absolutely support and buy some of that merch. I think it's essential, obviously as an artist, to be able to do that and find, other streams of income and that sort of thing. And having your own merch is, definitely a good way for you to do that. I love the fact that you're working on new music. You have another single that's going to be coming.
Yeah.
And the world needs love. So it needs to be a love song. So
Yes,
I think
every
it's
day.
great. I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Um,
happening? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kat.
I just want to ask a question, because you said you were working on like artist development and things. I know that we have a lot of especially Afrobeat artists that are, Nigerian, that are coming out of the islands, that are all over the diaspora. Um, and they bring their music to Canada and to America, and then sometimes they have a hard time being culturally aware. Like we saw that with Tyla, like, she really didn't get some of the
Yeah.
cultural nuances of America, and especially Black Americans. And, we're Black Americans. We're not too far from Canada. People used to joyride up to Canada when I was younger. Like they
Yeah,
got to go
yeah.
there and turn around and come back until they realize they ain't got their ID and they don't coming back. But but do you find that hard to assimilate to the difference in culture, through like Nigerian and Canadian and American, and how do you work towards bringing that together and connecting with everybody?
Man, you know what? I love anything that's foreign. Anything that's not Nigerian, I am gravitating towards it. Meaning I just love the difference, the diversity,
Hmm.
and just the fact that there's different people, that are on this world. And I love my black folks. So whether African,
Hmm.
American, Black American, Caribbean, whatever it is, man, skin is black, heart is black. We got this. I'm always down to know my people and their roots.
Hmm.
I do find it's hard because at the end of the day, what I know is what I know, and if I'm getting to know somebody for the first time, I have to kind of just listen to them, right, and understand what their culture represents and why they do the things they do, why they speak the things they do. I think a lot of something that helps me is I have Jamaican friends, I have American friends, I have dated a lot of American girls. Like it's just I love to, do what I do. And in that way I use all of my relationships as a means for me to learn about the person and their culture too. So as much as, and again, I love to learn. So if that means the more people I meet, the more I walk in the journey, the more new ideas and new perspectives I get about different cultures, then I'm down for it, and I apply it where necessary. I did see the Tyler thing. That was a little crazy, and that's a great example, yeah, of how you can just, yeah, you can be lost. If you don't know, you don't know, but you gotta be cognizant about the fact that people have different cultures and different ideas and different reasons why behind the stuff. And if we're being honest, Black American culture is very influential. I grew up in Nigeria before I moved here, and I used to tune into radio at 12 o'clock in the night because that's when all the Afro beats died down, and that's when the Kanye was coming up, the Waka Flocka was coming up. And I'm like, yeah, I want to listen to that. I want to tap into that. So yes, it is a little difficult. Every time you have to learn something new, your brain has to be rewired technically,
Right.
but I love to do it, so I'm always down
Yeah.
to get to know what's up and teach me, man. I don't want to be out here making no crazy mistakes. I'm gonna make my mistakes, be graceful, but just teach me, man. Show me some
Yeah.
love. Yeah.
Right. I like
Yeah.
what you said when you said that you're always learning. And that's the thing because we're always, we're getting older, we're growing. We don't always know everything. We don't come out the womb knowing everything. And we don't have those opinions I
Yeah.
have now are not the opinions I had when I was 19, 20 years old,
Yeah.
so it's all about growing and appreciating those differences and learning that we are way more alike than we are different, but it's nice to appreciate those differences. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for those answers. And I will pass it over to James.
No, I think I really just want to really add to the sentiments that Kat just said. And it's good that you are always open to learn, always open to take in, different types of music. The Tyler thing really got me, and I'm glad that you two kind of tapped on that and mentioned it because
Mhm.
I just think that, just like you said, like, when you're stepping into different cultures and that sort of thing, people are going to have different ideas and whatnot, and you're not going to always know how to answer a question or what to say. But I think that even just in terms of like team, when you have people who are with you, like
Mhm.
there should kind of be some pre-preparation for stuff like that, and when questions
Mhm.
like that come up, especially when you're in a place like the Breakfast Club, because they're
Mhm.
gonna kind of step out on a limb and ask some of the
Mhm.
Yeah.
crazier
Yeah.
questions and whatnot anyway, just to kind of see where your head is. And I think that with her, because she's so young, there's a lot of stuff that she's not necessarily going to be privy to yet, or
Mhm.
that she won't know. And I feel like her team should have, been a little bit better prepared for that, so that then
Yeah.
if it
Yeah.
came up, they knew where to step in at, and her not even necessarily having to say anything, or if she was gonna. And I think maybe that might have been the biggest issue, is that she didn't really
Yeah,
have
she
anything
wasn't
to say,
really. Yeah, yeah.
but
So, but
it
that's where the
would have kind of
the
prepared
PR
her for that, because
PR
those are the
and
types
artist
of things that are
development
going
for
to come up,
sure.
especially in today's culture, and with a lot of the things that are going on. So I think it's good that you are, we can tell that, not even just for situations like that, but we can tell that you are definitely learning and growing and taking in new information and adjusting as necessary. So I think that that's really great. What are some of the things? I know you're working on new music. You definitely have a new single coming. What are some of the things that people can look out for from you in the near future?
Um, I would merch near future Saturday. um,
I'm excited.
shows. I'm putting together a show. It's out here in Toronto, so if you got any friends out here, let them know to follow me on Instagram and just keep up to date. Um, uh, follow
Listen,
my
we got
website.
our
I'll be
passports
posting
together.
a lot of stuff.
We will come to Toronto and come see a
So,
show. We got
hey,
our
come
passports
through, please.
together.
Let's party. Let's have fun. Let's do what we got to do. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
Do you
just
ever make it
music
to the
stuff.
states to perform, or
Sorry, what you say?
do you ever make it over to the state side to perform at
I
all?
I have not been to the States yet.
Okay.
I think honestly, I believe like this is setting the grounds for me for when I'm ready to take my show there, and then I know the cities to put shows at. So if I reach out and say, "Hey, I'm trying to put a show in Ohio, can y'all help me out?"
Listen,
Just
I
know.
host a lot of like artist showcases and things like that. So definitely let me know. I can definitely listen, every day is some kind of performance or something going on where we are.
I
So for
love it.
sure you
Okay,
can
so it's
you can
popping.
come
That's
through.
good.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, just my website. I'm gonna have some shows coming up this fall. My merch, my new single. I'm gonna be putting out a lot of content on my Instagram page just to promote the next steps. So my website is www.zochimusic.com. So just log in, sign up to the mailing list, and yeah.
Okay. No, I think that's amazing. Once again, I really just want to say thank you so much for coming on the
Thank you
platform.
guys.
When we say that you are
Yeah.
family, you are family now. So when we be
Yes,
calling
yes.
you and we be posting,
Appreciate
don't
it.
be deleting our posts and acting like you don't know us.
Hell, no, no, no. Like, please collaborate with me. I am the
You absolutely
collaboration
will.
master. Just put me on the post. I'm accepted. You know, we're doing this together. We're growing. We're growing. We gotta go where we gotta go. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I speak for both of us when I say that we love what you're doing. We love what you are doing for the culture. We love the way that you are encouraging and inspiring. And I just only
Thank
hope
you.
that you continue doing it. We will absolutely support your merch. So I'm looking for that to come
Thank
out
you. Thank
Saturday.
you.
Where can where can we find it at on Saturday?
It would be on my website, so zochimusic.com. Also, I wanted to ask you what you do. You guys have Instagram? Because I was
Yeah.
going through and you took me to this page, Square One, something like that. What's
Okay,
what's
yeah,
your Instagram?
absolutely. So you want to go ahead, Kat?
So I was about to say I think I'll tag you, so I will follow you, but it's at Cat Queen, like my name is spelled
Okay.
KATKWUEEN.
And
Okay.
then mine is at I am James Grant. So IAMJAMESGRANT.
Nice. All right. Bless,
And
bless,
then
bless.
we have multiple accounts for different parts of the company, the podcast network and the shows. So what I'll do tonight is I'll go through and I'll follow you from all of our pages. So that
Okay.
then
Yes, I will follow right back. I gave you a follow, Cat. Just I'm gonna check yours out later, James. Yeah.
Thank you.
okay, thank you
Appreciate it.
so much. Any kind of
Thank
final
you.
words for the audience?
Yeah, just keep living, keep being you, have fun, make new friends, spread the word, let the word be love, and continue in faith. God got you, and you got you. Don't second guess yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. We will
Thank
absolutely
you
do this
guys. Yes, yes,
again.
let's
Okay.
do it. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye bye. All right, y'all. Great
Thank
show.
you.
Great show. I was like, let me split the screen into three and see how we look doing that. I kind of like it, Kat.
I hate it. I ain't gonna care. I don't like it. I don't like it.
He said, I don't like it.
I don't know about that. I'm not ready for my
Okay.
close up, Mr. DeVille.
There you go. Okay, there you go.
Got me on Zoom. Got me on Zoom. Shoot.
Listen, you should have just been right there in the middle of the. You should have been like, James,
I just, I want to see.
Look, Charmaine said, I
Charmaine.
like
Dang
it.
it, Charmaine.
Thank you, Charmaine. I love you.
Fine. I'm
Thank you,
outvoted. I'm outvoted.
Charmaine.
Dang. Oh man. Look.
No, I think she was
See,
amazing.
I got a vote on my side. I don't like it either.
I should have knew it. Y'all all rock together. I knew
Listen,
it.
we be on the same. We be on the same. We be here.
It's
sister.
cool. It's cool. I'm gonna do it the way Kat like it. I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping at all.
But yeah, so those are two amazing interviews. I know the show running a little bit long, so we're gonna touch on a couple hot topics, and then we up out of here. The biggest topic for Katia, our Tay Martian, our resident Tay Martian. I know you heard about your girl out here wilding, girl. We more and more do we hear they in here arguing, they so funny.
She said, "Boo."
But less and less we're hearing about Tamar's music and more about the antics. So I know you we spoke on this last show, guys, how Tamar was partying with Funky Dineva. They were collaborating on some different promotional things for her new music going out. And then the next morning, Tamar announced to the world that she woke up missing teeth, bruised face, that she had some sort of accident and no memory of what happened. And so
I just want to know how was you nearly dead 3 years ago, and then today you popping off? Like, what's up?
Listen, I feel, and this is not the first time that we've heard of something like that happen to her. Like, it seems like, look, she's talking about, yes, the Tamartians. It's like, I feel like this is a story with her that always happens. Like, you know, some kind of accident, almost died, and this and that, and we never really get the details of what happened. But so people were speculating, you know, they were really going at Funky. They were going at Funky Dineva, saying, you know, we know how you get down, allegedly, and this is allegedly, guys. People were pointing fingers saying that he has a substance abuse problem or an alcohol abuse problem. And we have also heard that about Tamar, allegedly, that she has some sort of alcohol or substance issue. And they both are known for their crazy, wild antics and their beefs that they have. And so when this happened, a lot of people were going at Funky saying you put something in her drink, or you had her doing this, you had her doing that, and really coming at him to the point where I think at one point he had cut his comments off. You know, and then he began making video and post after post. I'm gonna go in on that what did he say, that lady? I don't know what happened to that lady, and I'm gonna go in on her. So then today he ended up going live about the whole situation and how he felt about it. Now, he really didn't give us any more details more than what we already had. He didn't really tell us what happened, if they were doing any kind of illegal, you know, activities, but he did say that oh, we got one of the Funky Bunch in here. I'm part of the Funky Bunch. Listen, I used to love Funky Dineva down, baby. But he really seemed like he was kind of and you guys know that he lost his partnership with Fox Soul. You know, he had a major network, and after that, you know, they claim, the streets of Atlanta claim his money been funny, and he been drunk and kicked out of different places allegedly. So he's kind of been using this as his, you know, meat and potatoes of his comeback, because that's all he's been making posts about is Tamar. So he went live today and basically said that he felt like Tamar threw him under the bus, that she's not speaking out publicly defending him, that she's well aware that people are throwing allegations against him, that he's losing followers, that he's losing this and losing that behind of what she did and that lady, when he was just talking about how close friends they were. So I'm really confused about how she went from that lady to close friend. And then he went live today saying, my friend should have defended me and I'm hurt. And so Tamar today finally said something about it, and she said that she was in the hospital recovering, and that she just wanted peace, and that she wasn't really looking at the blogs, and she wasn't paying attention to her phone, and she had no idea that they were you know, going in on Funky, or people were pointing the finger at him, which I find, now girl, let's talk, Tamar. Now, you know, you be on Instagram in the comments liking stuff. I know you be on your phone. You telling me for a whole day and a half, Tamar, a whole day and a half, you had not even an inkling that Funky was getting some backlash. Like, I found that very hard to believe, but I also think that Funky is using this as, you know, his comeback. I think that, you know, he's launching, he's changed his YouTube to now be called the Funky Dineva Show, and he's launching different, I think he's doing a different platform, you know, trying to make it more podcast show-like and selling it. So I think he's really kind of using this to catapult himself. So I'm just not sure what's going on with that. So we gonna keep y'all covered on that part. But
I just, you know, I'm over Tamar. Like, and I've been saying that for a minute. I know people think I'm a hater, but I'm over Tamar. Like, it's too much. Like, it's too much. You don't know what's for publicity and what's serious. Like, what's, like, you just don't really know. And then, like, this video that she got coming out with her and Mendici, like, I still don't know
Yeah.
what that is. Like, what is that? Or is that just the new single?
So she has a new single coming out, and they claim that Mendice's someone stream your but yeah, they
I
said
can't figure that out. I see you looking at the red up at the top.
yeah, so I guess that hopefully Katia and Charmaine could come back, because I know they were watching it on Facebook, but I guess it ended for the live for my Facebook. So
Yeah.
but anyway, we about to be done anyway.
Yeah,
but
we should.
but it's so she has a new single coming out, and it's been said that Mendices and also Funky Dineva are supposed to be starring in the video. But there has been allegations, especially from Rashida and different people in Atlanta, saying, because Yandy and Mendices are now in Atlanta, they're stationed there, so there's a lot of people saying that that Mendices was trying to get at Tamar, that Tamar was being funny and making jokes and being hanging all. This is allegedly, guys, that she was hanging all over him and wanting to be all, just be all up on him and flirting with him. And he is so-called a married man. They didn't really have the legal marriage, so I'm not sure how married they are. But yeah, they said that she was flirting and hanging up all up on him, and it was supposed to be, people do cameos for videos all the time, but they said that she was being inappropriate, and this is around the same night and the time that she was before her accident. So it's very, people had she was acting very erratically.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be interesting to see if it comes out or what happened. I think we are gonna see Tamar maybe taking a break or having exhaustion, or code word for, I think she's gonna kind of go away and get it together, because she needs to.
I can see the exhaustion thing, but I don't think she's just gonna take a break just for the sake of taking a break. Like it's gonna be some drama or
if her team, and the thing is, she is constantly going through teams, so hopefully her team can tell her, like, let's go back to the old days where stars used to, she's exhausted, she'll be out for 6 weeks. Take her butt to somewhere in the hills, to let her chill out for a minute, because she just, like I said, we're not hearing about the music anymore, we're always hearing about the antics. So it's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm like the whole, when all that stuff went down a couple days ago, and then Dineva was on, whatever, YouTube or Instagram or whatever, talking about, I don't know what happened with that lady, and I'm like, really? Like, wow. Like, it's just messy. It's messy, and it's too messy for me. So
it's too messy, and he's always hanging on to the the candies and the love and hip hops and stuff like that. And it's like, I see why people say they don't like him hanging on, because it's always some drama, and he's quick to throw you under the bus for a story. So
yeah.
I don't know if you want to touch on the Cat Williams story.
I'm gonna leave that one alone, just because I don't really know a whole, but I don't know a whole lot.
Yeah, the story is still developing.
Yeah, I obviously know that the comedian passed away, and this was like almost a week ago. So I actually saw the story the day that it happened, and that that he was killed, and it kind of sat dead for a minute, because a lot of people hadn't really picked up on it yet. So I don't think anybody really picked up on the story until maybe Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, I've been seeing people posting about it, but nobody really has the the details and into it, and it probably how trials go, so it might be a while till we really get any details.
Yeah, I just know that today they posted that Cat Williams' manager or bodyguard,
security, bodyguard,
security, the head of security, or that the bodyguard was arrested for the shooting or whatever, and I guess the house. They were saying something about the house was the bodyguard's last known resident. I don't know. Some I don't know. I don't know all the details, and I think that's just because a lot of stuff has not really been put out there. So I don't really want to necessarily cover it just yet. Just out of respect, because we don't really know all of the details and all of that stuff yet. But you know, obviously condolences to the family, and friends. And I mean, this comic, he wasn't just, you know, a fly by night or somebody that just got into the industry. He's been out here for a minute. And I mean, he goes back to the Parkers with Monique, and I mean, a lot of different, you know, things throughout the years. So you know, it's a loss to a lot of people. So definitely condolences to his family, friends, and fans, and you know, that sort of thing. And you know, we can talk more about it once we know all the details. I think the biggest thing was the Tamar stuff, which that's exactly what she wants. She wants to be the biggest thing out there right now. So yeah, that's.
But at what cost? You know, I would rather be. It's crazy because it seemed like Tony wants to be famous and Tamar wants to be infamous. Like it just seemed like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. And then, you know, Tony and Baby, you know, one day they married, one day they ain't, one day they friends, one day
they've been together, one day they friends, one day they blocking each other. We don't know. I don't know if we ever gonna get a real answer on that one. They're both have always been very private about their relationships anyway. So it'll be interesting to see. But we will keep you guys updated on everything.
And on another note,
Tamar and you know, all the Braxtons, you know, we love the Braxtons on this platform. This weekend we will be doing some funny zone things. We will be attending a Funny Bone. We will be working with Brubman from the Fifth Flow. We'll be doing some behind the scenes content. So make sure you following us on all platforms so you can get in there and see what we got going on.
Look at them skinny hands. Look, I know they was probably looking at me like, what is he doing? Because I was looking at this part, you know, as you start slimming down, it's like the dimples start showing. I'm like, I'm gonna have to get this.
That's why I was like, I got my one little dimple. You know, I wish I would get two. I'm like, I get them pierced. Listen, y'all pop out, I'll pierce them.
Well, shit, you can have these because they get on my nerve. Like,
yeah, I know that's something that, you know, I dealt with, but it really, I noticed that it happens when you initially lose weight and then it kind of evens out as, you know, you further out from that initial weight loss.
We need to start evening because this is.
I think you look good. I think it make you look muscular and cut. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. But, you know, I'm not gonna deny your claims, but I'm just saying. I mean.
Hex, people been saying James looking handsome, James looking fine, James looking moisturized.
I not before? I mean, damn, that's
James
what it
looking real moist and chocolatey. Goodness, chocolatey goodness. Yum 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 yum.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Okay. But listen, I appreciate everybody for coming onto the show tonight. I think it was an amazing show. I think we had every reason in the book to go for as long as we did. Like Jayshawn being on the show was just absolutely amazing. Like I still stand by, you know, the feeling that I had when I walked up to him and he just like he was pleasant, he was happy. You could tell that he was in his element and
he smelled delicious.
Good. I don't know about all that, but he's good people. And good people. I don't know about all of that.
I don't know about all
that. But no, I think it was amazing. I think we had an amazing conversation with him. It was very dope and necessary to have ZOCHI here on the platform. Thank you, Sasha, for sending ZOCHI over for us. Thank you, ZOCHI, for coming on the platform. We got a lot more going on, a lot more happening. We do have a guest for next Wednesday. I just need to confirm some things before we start putting that out there. A new issue of UG Digital Magazine is going to be out this weekend with Jayshawn Champion on the cover. So you guys definitely want to be checking that out. My dog, Cat Queen, is on Canvas Rebel.
Yes. After I get off here, I will be posting the article. So make sure you're following me. My first magazine article. And if you want a physical copy, let me know. They are $10. So if you would like to have a physical copy of the article so you can go back and read it or you can put it up in your house, definitely let me know and I will get that for you. But it's a wonderful article. You can learn more about my life story, a little bit about me and James, and then get some motivation for your life.
I'm gonna get you $10 for one too because no, I'm serious. Like because I have some magazine articles and I usually get the copy and then frame it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I want to do. So
that needs to be framed so that could be in my little studio. So in my studio space on the wall. So I absolutely will send you $10 for that. And I'm going out to buy my frame. No, I think it's mad dope. I actually just did an interview for a magazine today, so I got an article that's going to be coming out in the next 2 weeks.
Congratulations!
I think that's dope. I'm excited. I'm excited that we are, not just being celebrated, but that we're being seen. That's one of the most important things, is that people are definitely seeing us. So I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's here. Katia, love you. Charmaine, love you. Everybody who has been here, on the chat tonight. Like, I really, really appreciate you guys. Trey the Glue, thank you so much. Actually, I'm gonna be connecting with Trey the Glue again in a few minutes, so we can finish that conversation. I actually got to make a run to Mama House, but I appreciate you, Cat Queen. Like, you are doing the damn thing, and you have not been feeling the best this week. So, like,
yes, I'm trying to get it together.
I love that you are pushing and you got on here. And listen, we was gonna make it rock even if you was just in the comments. But I appreciate you for yesterday with being in the comments on UGD Live. Anybody who missed the conversation that I had yesterday with the voice of Detroit, Beth, make sure that you get onto the website and check that video out. You can see our technical difficulties too, because first my computer was an issue and then her computer was an issue. So listen, did we get through it? Absolutely. Was Cat Queen in the comments doing the audience the audience entertainment and stuff while we was getting it together?
I wish I'd have some signs. Laugh.
Right.
Clap.
She sure was. Nah, I think things are blossoming and growing the way that it should, and it's because of the team that we are, together, and because of the amazing people who are coming in on the platform and checking us out. Please make sure that you all subscribe to the network, UGD Podcast Radio on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Set that to all so that you get all of the notifications for when we go live and for when we post new material and content. There is a lot more coming to the network. We have several platforms coming. 90s Baby. We got Soap Dish. We got The Panel. There is so much happening here. New episodes of Cat Got Your Tongue will be coming. Open Letters to a Survivor is coming back in about 2 weeks.
And don't forget to purchase your tickets for Wine and R&B September 5th. I will be hosting.
Absolutely. I will absolutely get me a ticket for that so I can be in the building. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. But we are good. So I love you, Kat. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate everybody that was here. Anything else, Kat, before we head out?
Nope. Follow us on all platforms and we'll check you next episode.
Absolutely. At Cat Queen and at I Am James Grant. So make sure that you guys follow us. We do follow back. And we'll follow you from all of our other platforms as well. Until next time, y'all have an amazing night. Thank you guys for watching. And we are out of here.